This video will show you how to leverage social signals inside of Trigify in order to generate a lot of leads by tapping into the audience of your competitors or any other thought leaders in your specific niche. So the first step for you to leverage social signals is to know which thought leaders to go after and specifically whose audience you want to go after. So you will have to click on thought leaders in the discover page over here, and then you can type in the keywords that you want to see from their posts. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to type in the word recruitment, and next up, you can also choose the topic strength. So see how many times the person has used these words in the last 30 days, for example. So you can also drag this down to all time or the last 90 days. Or let's say if I want to find people that's talked about recruitment in the last 7 days more than 3 times, those will be the guys to go after. And we can see straight away, we can also filter for locations. So if you want to filter for people in the States, you can filter based on job titles as well. So are they a founder? Are they a CEO? Are they a chief marketing officer? You can go after industries, the company domains, the company sizes, and the number of followers. Now, obviously, the number of followers is quite important because you don't want to go after micro creators because the chances are they will have a lot less engagement than the bigger guys in the industry. Now, as soon as you are happy with the creators that you go after, the first thing over here you have to basically keep an eye out on is how many followers they have, what their average engagement is, because once again, you don't want to go after the smaller creators, and preferably they will have the arrow going up, meaning that they're growing in popularity, because the last thing you want is to go after someone who is becoming less and less popular every day. On top of that, post frequency is really important. Preferably on LinkedIn, you're looking at 1 day or 2 days. If not, you'll be pretty stuck because you will have a lot less post engagers to then reach out to. And assuming you review some of these profiles, let's say you really like this Hishem Azuz person, you will click on the LinkedIn URL, and all you have to do is basically copy this LinkedIn URL and go inside of the engagement tab in the social signals part. Now, over here, you can see all your tracked profiles. And if you want to add an extra profile, all you have to do is click on the plus button over here, and you would see this pop up. You can click on add another profile and copy and paste the URL of the person. As soon as you're done with that, you can click on next, and it will basically give you the option to click on next again, and then you can sync all the data. So as soon as you click on sync, what you would start happening in the background is it will take a couple of minutes to synchronize all of their post engagers. And in the meantime, what you can start doing is going into your settings to configure the AI smart tags. Now, if you're not familiar with smart tags, it basically puts them in a certain bucket. So each prospect will fall into a specific ideal client profile. So for example, you could have priority 1, priority 2, or you could have like some people that follow into your recruiter ideal client profile, others that fall into your other ideal client profile. And the way you will set the AI smart tags is by clicking on your name in the bottom left-hand corner, clicking on settings, clicking on smart tags, and click on create a new smart tag. Over here, you can give it a name. So in this case, I'm just going to say, let's say recruiters. And straight away, we can basically add some sort of description just so we remember it, give it a fancy color, and you can then click on any sort of roles that you wanted to follow. So for example, the job titles should be founder, and so on. And I'm sure you get the idea. So you can also add other criteria like the location, you can add the company size and industries, and all of this will pre-qualify the leads. So whenever you see them inside of this table over here, you would see that some of them would fall into a specific AI smart tag group, which you can then push into your next stage, which could be Hey Reach, if you have a LinkedIn automated account already, or it could be Smart Lead or Instantly or whatever other email automation platform you personally use. Now, as a next step after all this, I personally love to transfer all of those leads directly into Clay because I love a bit of Clay and I love to qualify them again, find out a bit more information about each individual prospect and so on. And the way you would do that is basically by selecting all the leads and then exporting it to Clay. And then inside of Clay, all you basically need to do is click on the actions, import, and then type in the word webhook. And then basically all you would do at this moment in time is you will copy the webhook URL and you will click on integrations over here. So you will go up to integrations and you would click on, once again, Clay webhook, connect webhook, copy and paste this specific webhook. And as soon as you push them into Clay, as soon as you basically click on all the leads and you select all the leads, you can export them into Clay by clicking this button, and you would see all the leads come through inside of this lovely Clay table in no time. So that is essentially how to use Trigify social signals in a nutshell. Now, On top of that, I have an entire Clay course that explains how you can use Clay in order to pre-qualify those prospects. So, for example, you can qualify to see if they're a recruitment agency or not, and you can run a lot deeper research because Trigify specifically is not built for just purely, just running endless columns. As opposed to over here, you can basically then find all of their email addresses and so on, and reach out to them and add them to HeyReach or SmartLead or any other sort of sales tools as well. So in a nutshell, that's the way I would approach it. I'll do a couple of other videos explaining how you can leverage lead magnets in order to generate results for your social signals campaigns. I think it's quite fair to say that I've got pretty good results. I actually had to pause a lot of my campaigns. So if you have any questions at all about how to use social signals, by all means, just reach out. You'll see my name and my company name somewhere at the bottom of this video. So by all means, reach out, because as you can tell, we're generating quite a lot of positive responses simply by tapping into social signals and stealing the engagement of a bunch of people on LinkedIn and other channels. All the best. Cheers.